Oh, speaking of sandwiches, I guess, or food items, since we talk about food on this podcast a lot, burgers,
Yeah.
Lisa Jennings.
Things between bread. Yeah,
I,
yeah. You wrote actually recently about how I think it's the better burgers that are doing better these days. That we're actually seeing some burger chains that are doing pretty well and against trends like Shake Shack, for example, which in the fast casual world is kind of a standout. It looks like for the fourth quarter, that was preliminary. I'm assuming they're up. Same store sales are up 2.1. They didn't talk about traffic though, right? At ICR.
no, the implication really was that they, the last few weeks of the quarter were problematic for them because we had bad weather in the Northeast, which does depress restaurant sales. I mean, that's a question. I mean, like if you have bad weather, people don't go out to eat at restaurants. It's pretty easy. Um, so that was sort of the implication. But it wasn't just them. Now they actually had a pretty good year. I actually a little bit on the Shake Shack thing though is like it's fascinating because we've been talking about the issue with the fast casual sector and particularly the bowl sector or whatever. But you also have chains like Portillo's that has had their struggles.
Right.
And at least one of the theories, like in Sweetgreen's case in particular, is that it's too expensive. Shake Shack is not cheap. Actually, and neither is Five Guys. And Five Guys same-store sales through the first 3 quarters of last year up 4.4%. That was according to some data in a filing by S&P Global. And then you have Steak and Shake, which is completely latched on to the MAGA crowd, has just kind of tapped into that particular group, certainly online. So you can go and pay for your Shake Shack beef tallow fries using
Not Shake Shack.
Bitcoin. No, Steak and
Steak,
Shake. For
steak and
God's
shake.
sakes, I am never not going to screw those two up. I'm sorry. It's sort of, it's like you and Shake Shake or whatever.
Shake Shake.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's like I routinely have to stop myself from calling one the other. And usually Steak and Shake, Shake Shack. So in any event, Steak and Shake. You can go to Steak and Shake and get your beef tallow fries with Bitcoin. Their same-store sales in the third quarter were up 15.6%. Now, there is a situation of relatively easy comparisons. The past 2 years have been really good for that chain, but the previous few years were just awful. And they were one of those chains that absolutely flirted with bankruptcy. The Big Laurie Holdings, the owner of the company, sold off a bunch of sites, closed a number of them, sold off a bunch. So, really, it is a much smaller chain than it was when they started. But, they do sell burgers, and their burgers were doing quite well.
Yeah.
Even Habit had 13 straight quarters of negative or flat same-store sales, and they did 1% in the third quarter, which for them
Yeah.
was really good.
But again, that's
Uh,
a better burger. I mean, we're
it is
talking about
better.
burgers that are. I really think that they're benefiting from the fact that fast food is the price point has really come close. I mean, Shake Shack is
Mhm.
promoting their Big Shack rhymes with another one, that is out there that is probably less than $10. But for $10, you're getting a much better version of it. At least that's what Rob Lynch would argue. So, I mean, I think that that's what we're seeing. We're seeing these, and especially like Habit, which is, I mean, arguably a fast casual burger. I mean, it is a better burger than you would find in most of these, better than what you'd see than a Jack in the Box. Some of these chains that are actually having a little more trouble. Jack in the Box, Hardee's, Wendy's has some challenges. McDonald's has had some challenges. So those are burgers that are at a, much more quick service. They're just not quite the level of what you're seeing at some of these other chains. And I think that's why they're doing better.
Yeah.